It's
So
crazy.
what Danielle, what's going on out there in the market? So we've got a bunch of stories out there, a lot of anecdotes about the market and February's numbers and all that kind of stuff. What are you seeing personally in your business?
I see that prices have gone down, but not to a certain crazy extent. Like interest rates are still really high, and I'm hearing that out east there's bidding wars like crazy. My friend's showing
Durham
properties.
region.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's insane. I don't find that here. I actually just listed a condo in Mississauga, and it's been pretty slow. I thought that it would pick up a little bit. We've had a few showings in the last 3 days. Um, I just feel like there's not enough supply yet. Like we haven't reached that time in the market where I'm expecting a lot more supply in the third quarter, and everyone's waiting for these crazy price drops.
Why?
So
Why in the third quarter?
What's happening in the third quarter? What do you know that we don't know?
We want to know.
I've been reading about it online.
Mm.
I actually discussed with a few people on Twitter that there's going to be more foreclosures, power of sales in the third quarter. A lot more people are going to start defaulting, renewals are coming up. So I feel like that's going to put more supply into the market. God willing.
Do you remember when the pandemic happened and they had the deferral cliff? Right. And everyone was saying the mortgages are being deferred. So what it was is the banks and the government all said you don't have to pay your mortgage for up to 6 months. And there was all these different things.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. So then it was like, okay, all these people now are going to be forced to sell because they now have to pay those payments, and they didn't have to make those payments before, but they don't have a job anymore. So therefore it's all going to happen. And then it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And then the trigger rate was the new one, right? The trigger rate was everyone's rate's going to get trigger
gate,
whatever. That didn't happen. And so like, I totally agree with you. I feel like what you're saying is going to happen too. It's like, it has to, it's like, why is it not happening?
Well,
but so far we've all been wrong so far. So I'm kind of like, what's going on? What do I do? What do I say? How do I get there?
I don't like to say 100%, but I do know that a lot of Canadians borrow against their homes, and the interest is killing people. And I do know that I know a lot of people personally that can't even keep up with these interest payments. Like it's too much. They're getting third.
And there's a Macan and a Cayenne in the driveway, right?
Yeah.
I had a story like that the other day. And as I'm telling him, because he's telling me, well, why is it that people are so, and I said, well, because after they got the mortgage, they went out and bought, and I named a couple cars, and then he went quiet. And then as we're talking, he says, well, I had drive this, and then I mortgaged my house to buy that. And I was just like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, we were at Harbor 60 and what time is it?
He was the guy who actually did that.
And
And that's why he was selling. I was like, oh boy.
But pulled up to the Lambo, pulled up to the restaurant in a Lambo with the Rolex, and can't make the mortgage.
I just borrow Daryl's anytime I need to go anywhere and look at it.
Yeah, a lot of people also they pulled out, bought more real estate. These are all new investors.
Like rental properties, investment properties. Ooh. Yeah. Airbnbs, no doubt.
We prefer to call them speculators.
Oh. No, they're a little different. These are just madmen. Okay, check this cascading effect out. Okay, so you're lucky enough to somehow own a house. Probably mom and dad gave you some money. You put a down payment. You got a house. House goes up over a couple of years, right? And you don't really do much. You just kind of like go out for dinners, go to the gym, and you live in a nice life. Maybe you have a job in tech that pays you something stupid for doing nothing, and now you got a friend who's like, I'm selling new condos and this is a fucking steal, and like, just give me like $100,000, you'll get like 5 of them and you'll never close. Don't worry about it, right?
Yeah.
Fine, $100,000. I got $100,000 in my pocket, bro. Like bottle service tonight, right? And so he buys 5 condos, and then boom, everything just changes overnight. The tech company fires his ass, right? His house is going down in value, rates are going up, and closing's coming. And so how many of those did we have? Did that cliff hit, TK? But this is like this is a mindset for a lot of people out there. Like they were balling out based on their houses, and they were taking money out to borrow against something. And now they're all sitting there going like, oh my God, what do I do?
That's what Canadians do, though. They use their house for everything.
Everything.
And it's so dangerous because they think they can predict the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Like everyone's trading real estate like it's a short-term stock, when really it's a buy and hold type of investment. And